Hey, true believers. Chris Mack coming at you with the New Mutants number 20. This is the conclusion of the Demon Bear arc. And this, just like the last two issues, absolutely phenomenal. Now, the print date on this book was October 1984. So this book now is officially 36 years old. So, whew, I feel kind of old. But still holds up masterfully. And I loved when the interior artist used to do the covers. Bill Sienkiewicz, great artwork here. So the story is called Badlands. And I appreciate that Claremont here kind of gives you a review of how Danny went out into the storm to fight the demon bear that has chased her memories, hurt her beyond repair. Friends got her to the hospital. And while they were working on her, the demon bear transported them to his plane. And I like the changing of the color, how we go from white of the snow to kind of the yellowish of the hospital. The red continues as they do the operation. And then just kind of blood red as the demon bear transports them all from Earth to his home, his astral plane or whatever. And so, as were the last book was more blood reds, this is more of an earth tone to kind of show the how the American outback, not the American outback, but the American plains used to look before it was settled. And what I like too is they're showing this map. At first I didn't quite get it, but it says darkness descends, a view from 20,000 feet. Black areas represent areas of land consumed by demon bears. Shadow. So just kind of, we'll keep an eye on this as we continue. This book brought to you by Stan Lee and, I like that, Stan Lee and Chris Claremont writing, Bill Sienkiewicz artist, Tom Orzechowski doing the lettering, Glynis Wein the colorist and the Santi editor, and Jim Shooter the editor, who is much taller and coincidentally chief. And again, just like with the Tom DeFalco, Bob Harris days, I miss when they let you in on stuff like that. Just kind of make you feel like you're part of the group. So I miss that a lot. Now, on to the story. We see this orb of the operation room. We see Ms. Friedlander and Officer Corsi, who are kind of the flirting couple in the last issue. And they're stuck. This is not Danny's, this is Ileana's ward that's keeping Danny safe at the moment. The bear wants to break through. And Ileana's saying, it's a bridge, Sam, between this world and our own, meaning the sphere. So far, the magical wards I placed around the operating room are keeping the bear at bay. But I don't know how much longer they'll last. My sorcerer's powers are limited back home, Berto. This seems to be a mostly magical realm. I'll try my best to fight the demon bear. And then Rain, Wolfsbane. Nay, Berto, that's not right. How dare we trust Ileana when she's as much demon as yon bear? So here, you start to see people really questioning Ileana. Now, Corsi and Freeman, they're stabbed by the demon bear and turn into his own evil puppets. And just each panel by Sienkiewicz and Glynis Wein here, just great work. I mean, look at the faces, the contorted looking face, the dark reds, the blacks, the psychoness of the eyes of the bear just really helps with that intensity of what's going on and really raises the stakes of how are these young mutants going to take out the bear. And as we could see, not so well. Sam gets knocked out. Berto doesn't fare too well either. Ileana, her powers really start to falter because she's trying and pushing herself beyond her limits. And while the bear is gaining ground, remember the map, look at how all the shadows on this land are starting to increase. Now, the reason I bring up Ileana faltering is the bear tries to take a swap at the ward here, and it actually gets through. And one of the doctors is like, "What the forceps? Something wrong, Bill? Bill, you all right?" I wish I had a straight answer for that, Anne. I could have sworn the wall. I saw, but now everything's back to normal. And he says, I guess just the strain getting to me. So he actually saw the other plane. And I like how this person's called Bill, and this is Anne. I wonder if that was like supposed to be Bill Sienkiewicz and Anne Misanti. Anyway, yeah, understandable. I know it's hard, but the girl's life's at stake. We can't slack off with her life in our hands. And then this doctor goes, some life, Peter. With her injuries, wouldn't it be more merciful to simply let her die? And so while her life hangs in the balance, we see that the New Mutants are just doing everything they can. Ileana's trying to not strain her attention in too many places so that she can keep that ward going on. And then even though Berto, he harnesses the power of the sun, I like how he says, but that power is of little use at the end of a rope. And I just love these deep shadows. I mean, just that crooked face as he grabs a hold of Sunspot and just starts to fling him. And he gets into the shadowy area of the bear. And, it drains his power. And we think that he's going to be lost. And just look at the agonizing look on Roberto da Costa's face there. He's just like, Blessed Madonna, have mercy. Help me. And then something happens with Armara because she gets a little too confident. And then Ileana interjects with Amara. And Sam thinks that she's given in to the evil that's inside her. Because remember, Ileana's part demon. And so he's like, you killed her. Rain had you pegged from the start, which, Lord, forgive me for not listening to her. The evil side of you taken over, girl? You figured this was the time to show your true colors and join up with your own kind? So yeah, something happens. And while everyone's trying to make a regular tactical battle plan, I like how Ileana here is deep in thought, thinking outside the box. Because she's saying our ignorance is crippling us. And so she makes kind of a sacrificial choice that nobody really agrees with. And I don't want to give that away. But I wanted to show this panel where she's actually able to get face to face with the bear and run her soul sword through it. Just the gorgeous, gorgeous artwork here. And the angles that just very much keep you off balance, the way that everything is just dynamic. The colors popping to help that panel. Just beautiful work overall. Now, this story, for the most part, has a happy ending. I don't want to give away what it is, but a lot of it has to show that even though they fought the bear, the bear was just the puppet. And you find out who the demon bear was. So for all those parts, I don't want to give it away. I want you all to support your local comic shop and pick up a copy of this if you've enjoyed it, because this is an arc you definitely want in your collection. And if you guys have enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate it if you take a moment to hit like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you can possibly know. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that fancy little mutant bell next to subscribe, that way as we continue to upload content, you guys can come to the channel. And we love to hear your feedback and just have a dialogue with y'all down in the comments below or on our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description below. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.